located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
.92 beginning to rise again. Fair sky, 65. 813 K-Fire Radio, your news and weather authority.
I am the god of K-Fire. Todd Mitchell.
Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell after 9, Clay and Buck after 11, the K-Fire Cafe, Daryl Lee's off. I will be on live from New Salem for the Cowtown Hoedown. The Country Fest folks left, so now the locals get to have fun, get to party. Tractor Trek, Classic Car Show, and lots more going on. Join me in New Salem. I'll bring some K-Fire swag, some tickets, and some stuff. 3 till 5, New Salem on K-Fire 550. Guns in the 701 next.
It's a new talk show just for the Dakotas. Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell. Weekdays from 9 till 11 on K-Fire 550, 99.7, and iHeartRadio.
ABC. Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
The 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival is brought to you by Metro. With their new lower prices, the celebration starts way before the festival. Big savings so you can focus on your favorite artist, not your phone bill. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Are you having a hard time finding renters for your townhome?
It's definitely been a struggle.
Just list your place on Apartments.com and sit back because we have millions of renters.
Now, when's this available?
What are the neighbors like? Are they good?
No, the subway
What is happening?
No matter the rental property, Apartments.com will find you a renter and your place is a hit. Now, luckily, you can screen tenants on the site.
You know, I love the size of the bedroom.
Easy peasy. Apartments.com, the place to list a place.
I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
Oh, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. Get more with Geico.
THC-infused drinks have landed at Total Wine & More with delicious flavors like Juicy Peach, Bold Berry, and Cola. Come grab a 4-pack of THC-infused drinks today. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Not available at all locations. Consume responsibly. Be 21.
Even when you just need a little something to get you right. Popeye's new chicken wraps cap those in-between, on-the-clock cravings that just kind of sneak up on you like a parent's birthday. Classic, spicy, honey mustard. That's 3 flavors for $3.99 a pop. Sounds like a fantasy, but this is the realest deal you've ever tasted. Nobody wraps like us. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Limited time only at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Tax extra.
The Canopy Group offers 16 insurance companies for a reason, to match your specific situation with the absolute best insurance company for you. This is done for you every year because your specific situation may change. It's also true that the insurance company's appetites might change as well. Throughout Minnesota, the Canopy Group provides thousands of clients the peace of mind knowing the Canopy Group is working for them. To get a quote, call 800-967-3389 or visit thecanopygroup.com today. thecanopygroup.com.
Life's messy. We're talking spills, stains, pets, and kids. But with Anabae, you never have to stress about messes again. At WashableSofas.com, discover Anabae sofas, the only fully machine-washable sofas inside and out, starting at just $699. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics. That means fewer stains and more peace of mind. Designed for real life, our sofas feature changeable fabric covers, allowing you to refresh your style anytime. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa effortlessly. Perfect for cozy apartments or spacious homes. Plus, they're earth-friendly and built to last. That's why over 200,000 happy customers have made the switch. Upgrade your space today. Visit WashableSofas.com now and bring home a sofa made for life. That's WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
When a person calls 988, they're connected to a crisis counselor.
A caller can expect to talk about coping skills.
They can chat, they can text, and when they come out on the other side, they're feeling better.
Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
It's too early to run out of fuel. So why not fill up with a premium gasoline that gives you more protection, more performance, and more power for your morning commute? Shell V-Power Nitro Plus is a fuel like no other, removing up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Get more performance with every drive. Compared to lower-octane fuels and gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors, actual effects and benefits may vary according to vehicle type, driving conditions, and driving style.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teens require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Get into summer with iHeart80s. Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael and more. iHeart80s goes commercial free this weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart80s, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio.
820, K-Fire 550 guns of the 701. Clay's here. How are you?
Good. How are we doing today, Todd?
You're doing fantastic. We're just talking about how we're going to spend our weekends. I'm heading to New Salem today. You're going to head down to South Dakota. Well, you're in South Dakota, but I mean, head into.
Well, technically, I'm in North Dakota.
Oh, you are?
Okay. That border just about 100 yards from me.
That's darn near. They can see you from South Dakota. Same difference. Got 1 foot over the line, 1 foot. That's what you need to take your picture on 1 foot in each,
There we go.
And then ask, all right, whose jurisdiction am I in right now?
Like the 4 corners down there.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those things on my bucket list I got to do yet.
I mean, if everyone remembers, like on Scott's show on Dakota Prairie Outdoors, we were having a conversation. Boy, I sure ruffled one guy's feather. He gets on there and he goes, we don't need you South Dakota cowboys telling us what to do.
Oh, jeez. Seriously?
He went off on a rant, and I let him go. And by golly, by the end of that conversation, though, we got him calmed down. I think he was even kind of in agreement with us.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
I mean, we dog each other, at home, but if we run into each other in Florida, we're friends.
That's right. That's right.
We're from the same brotherhood. It's
the Midwest area. Yeah,
exactly. Well, don't count the Twin Cities or whatever. just kidding. I got to keep dogging the Twin Cities. What's with him? I kind of like the Twin Cities. I like to go to the hockey games and basketball games and baseball games. Well, then go. That's fine. Well, I have to go sometimes too. When Donnie Osmond plays there, I'm stuck going. But
hey, we talk about Minnesota. If you catch last Wednesday's program, we were talking about Minnesota and some of the changes they made to deer season. So hey, go check that out. I mean, that was a good thing coming out of Minnesota.
You see, Walz is not going to run for president in 2028.
Huh, go figure.
I know, right? Because like 10 seconds after the loss, all of a sudden he was the reason they lost, so they thought, and frankly, I don't disagree with that sentiment, but
the combo was not good at all.
What was that? What was that other dude's name?
People.
The other guy. The other guy they were talking about from Pennsylvania. I can't think of his name.
Shapiro, was that his name?
Yeah, it was whatever. Yeah. The other, any other guy. It doesn't matter.
The governor.
Pick a guy. Pick a random guy off the street. Would have done better.
Yes.
But that guy would have done better. But, I'm not complaining. I like the outcome because where would we be right now? With everything going on,
bunker by now.
What would be going on in the Gaza Strip and stuff with President Harris?
Oh my goodness, the world would be in chaos. It really would.
Yeah, I'm just, I realize the people over at PBS would be happier, but beyond that,
yeah, and I imagine he's going to sign that today. And bye bye PBS. PBS can do their own thing, raise your own money, and quit coming to the government teat. And you can keep going, but I don't think they're going to have enough donations for that.
Oh. Well, you know what, though? hang on, hold on to that thought, because there are plenty of leftists in Hollywood that have money.
Right, let them pony up.
You know,
right?
let one of them be the poster child for, hey, all right, I believe it needs to exist. Here's my, $10 million, $100 million, whatever the figure is.
There you go. Perfect. And they could do it.
And I'm good with that. I'm great with that.
Let them do it.
But the bottom line is, if there's a market for it, it will survive. They may have to change their mental programming on how they get money.
Yep.
More begathons, I suppose. But
well, K-Fire. K-Fire's been around 100 years because there's a market for it. And
you don't see me tin cupping it. Boy, we might have to take it off the air if you don't donate. So you better donate, because we're one step and one foot in the grave right now. We don't do any of that stuff. No.
It definitely can be done privately, and that's I say to them, go ahead and do that.
Plenty of fine folks like Schwann, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Hummer EV discovered years ago that. And plenty of folks like Kirkwood Ace Hardware and Advantage Appliance discovered, get all the plugs in. Discovered that, hey, if you advertise on K-Fire 550, it produces results.
Oh, imagine that, right?
Right. So if you just do that, I mean, and the same with if what you're playing on whatever it is. I mean, I'm not picking on whatever. You prick, you are a prick. Picking on Prairie Public. It's anything, private or public. If there's a market for it, it's going to survive. If it doesn't survive, it may just be, despite it being a halfway decent idea, if there's no market for it, it's just not going to survive.
Exactly.
The last guy to make a buggy whip made a great one.
Yeah, and we moved on, right?
Well, that's just it. It's like, sorry, and I realize the truth can kind of, hurt sometimes and all that. But I mean, it applies to, plenty of terrestrial radio broadcasters that have gone away, because times change.
They do.
Time marches on, so you can either march with it or get run over by the big clock, one or the other.
That's right. And you know what? Speaking of time moving on and time changing,
yes,
yeah, Montana. they're gonna do something with their wolves. See, I did that.
About time.
Yeah.
What do you? And how's the reaction going to be over in Montana with the wolf hunting? What do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be a positive thing because most of Montana is rural, obviously, and it's got a lot of public land. So, I mean, you got those big, huge parcels and a lot of hunters and trappers. You got them little small pockets around, Kalispell. And, well, as with every state, the urban states or the urban cities probably aren't going to like this. But, yeah, I mean, they got a wolf problem over there. Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, we've all seen it. Especially with the reintroduction of the non-native species of wolves that they keep trying to tout that they were here before us. Not true. It's a different type, but we won't go into that.
Hey, we do that with people. We do that with wolves too, I guess.
Yeah, and they're proposing in the 2025-2026 season. They want to probably take nearly half of the estimated statewide population. They estimate about 1,091 wolves. They want to do 500 tags essentially for the wolf season, and I think that's a fantastic idea. They're overrun, and it's to give their big game, elk, deer, you name it, moose. They want to give them a chance, to survive and bring their numbers back up. So I love the idea of what they're going to do, and heck, they even have, get this, they did 297 wolves the last season, so it's really not an increase, just that the antis are flipping out because they're saying 500 wolves is almost half the population. Well, they already took a third of them the season before, so they're not really increasing it that much. It's not going to do a whole lot. 203 extra wolves is probably a good thing to take out of that population, manage it, and bring your deer and antelope and moose and
let them play.
Yeah, let them play. Absolutely.
But remember, the mass integration of species cannot happen with plants and animals, only humans.
Yeah, only humans, right?
I felt the aquatic nuisance species light going off, and I thought, yeah, I know, we can't be doing that either. And
yeah, we won't even go down that road. But I have thoughts on that too. But
and there's, and I'm sure there's some people in Montana that are frustrated about Californians coming in and driving up the property taxes and all that stuff. But
well, if you know anyone around Kalispell, they've got they don't like the people coming in from Colorado and
I bet they don't.
California, and that's been happening for decades.
That's what happens when you have a beautiful state like Montana. People are going to want to eventually, they'll figure it out and flock to it, and then there goes the neighborhood.
I mean, 700 and some miles across that baby. I've driven it. I'm sure others have too. That's a long drive.
Hey, I drove it when the speed limit was 55, so...
But you can do 55.
58, baby. I was in a hurry. I didn't want a ticket. I was a poor college kid back then. I couldn't afford a ticket.
I may have to admit that I have infringed on that dumb law, so,
I didn't say I always drove 55. I've talked about that on the radio before, but if I'm going to go, out of state, if I'm driving from Minneapolis to Tacoma, I don't need a ticket in the middle, so...
Yeah, I love it when I got pulled over by our local HP years ago. I asked, I said, so how many miles an hour, do you let it slide? He goes, you can drive as fast as you can afford, and he left it attached. And I'm like, well, that's a great answer, really.
I love the Facebook meme that was going around with, those speed signs that as you drive up, it flashes your speed.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then somebody puts on their top score, 88.
I haven't seen that. Great. I love that.
Like it's a video game.
I always try to make them blink till they say slow down. I love that. So.
Every once in a while, if there's nobody around, I'll see how slow I can go, and it still shows a number.
And what is it? Did you find out?
Well, I've had it say 2, 1, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah, I've never tried that end of them.
I mean, just for fun, just to see what it, if it's going to flash speed up if I get down to 5,
Admittedly, I have taken them, and especially when I got a different vehicle, I'm not sure if the speedometer's on, and I'll see just exactly, where my speedometer is versus that. So that's been helpful, but don't know if it was worth the thousands and thousands of dollars that taxpayers spent to put those up, but hey.
When I had my 95 Explorer, and thank God that's gone.
The exploders.
The exploder, horrible. Yes. I found out my speedometer is off by 10 by getting a ticket. 94 right by the exit 161. Because he stopped me. I'm like, I had the needle on 75. He said, you were going 85. Really?
Oh, cool.
So I asked him, and I had to do this years ago, too, with another Ford. I'm going to quit driving them. But anyway, I know. Ford's got enough fanboys. They don't need me. Because I got stopped in Illinois, too. He just gave me a warning, but I asked him, okay, I don't trust my speedometer. Do me a favor. When we go, can you flash your lights when I get to the speed? And in both cases, he said, sure. And in both cases, speedometers were off. The tires I had on were a size or two larger than, the manufacturer recommended. It was what was on there when I bought the damn thing. And so sure enough, I'm like, okay, so 75 on there was 85. Lord knows what happened. Some of those drives to the Twin Cities where I thought I was going a certain speed. What was I really going?
Rolling pretty good, yeah.
Be careful.
Perfect.
Clay Peterson's Guns of the 701. When we come back, 2 states repeal longtime Sunday hunting ban. Suppressor sales already booming under the big, beautiful bill.
and a happy ending chronicle. Ooh, it's all coming up.
Mitchell in the morning, K-Fire 550.
Reaction to closing the southern border again and clarifying federal public benefit. Todd Mitchell pinch hitting on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report.
Simplot Grower Solutions is a full-service agronomy retail store with locations in Napoleon and Wishick. We provide ag application services in spraying and fertilizer spreading. Simplot Grower Solutions has 4 crop advisors to help with all your agricultural needs. Simplot offers seed, crop care, crop nutrition, and fertilizer. Call today or check out our website, simplotgrowersolutions.com. Simplot Grower Solutions. We are committed to your success over the long run because we know that farming is more than your job. It's your legacy.
K-Fire.
Despite limited rainfall, the spring wheat crop in our central North Dakota is looking strong. That from Jeremy Wald, owner of Wald Crop Consulting, who got his business launched last year after a couple of decades in crop consulting. He serves in the Rugby area. He notes cereal crops are increasingly vital to local farming. The field features Westbred 9590, a popular variety known for high yield potential, strong protein retention, and good standability. Cooler temps in the 70s with brief 80s have helped offset dry conditions. Disease and pest pressure remain low, a sharp contrast to 2024's severe Fusarium outbreak. Waldcrest the dry weather for the improvement. If conditions hold, harvest could begin by mid-August with expected yields of 60 to 75 bushels per acre, strong for the region. Wald is optimistic about the season and the future of his consulting business. The mood upbeat at the Minnesota State Cattlemen's Association Summer Tour. Strong cattle prices have producers optimistic, though challenges remain. Jeremy Kiki finishes Holstein calves. He says finding calves is tough. USDA's closure of the southern border due to New World screwworm has tightened supply. The family's based near Starbuck. They grow most of their feed, helping manage costs. Over 500 attendees joined the tour, which included visits to cow-calf operations, feedlots, a deep pit barn, and a pet food plant. Hosted by the Mississippi Valley Cattlemen's Association, turnout exceeded expectations, and they capped off a day with steak supper for 600 at the Morrison County Fairgrounds near Little Falls. And beef prices have hit record highs this summer. Ground beef averaging $6.12 a pound in June, up 12% from last year. Steaks reaching $11.49 a pound. The U.S. cattle herd has shrunk to its lowest level since 1951, driven by drought, high feed costs, and herd reductions. A 3-year drought led many ranchers to sell breeding cows, tightening future supply. The emergence of the New World screwworm in Mexico halted cattle imports, further straining supply. Meanwhile, tariffs on imported lean beef could raise costs for meat packers. Despite high prices, demand remains strong. Ranchers face a tough choice: sell now at record prices or invest in rebuilding herds. Even if they choose to expand, it'll take years to see results. Experts say prices may ease slightly after grilling season, but significant relief is not expected anytime soon. Todd Mitchell pinch hitting on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report.
K-Fire, your ag authority.
You've got an app for music, an app for photos, maybe even one that helps you sleep. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets. Get the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Ever wanted to stay on vacation longer? Us too. With Vrbo's long stay discounts, you can stay longer and save more on select properties. Gotta love a win-win. Book the perfect summer getaway today with Vrbo Private Vacation Rentals. Your future self will thank you later.
In this edition of the Marketers Report, Corey Marchesotto, Chief Marketing Officer of Elf Beauty, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports, talks about finding the right partners for your brand.
I see brands as antennas, and every antenna sends out a frequency. We call it the ELF signal. So we send out the ELF signal, and what comes back is people who want to be a part of this story. Once you know firmly who you are, you've codified it, and you can put that out into the universe. What happens from there is it begins to attract kindred spirits. Why are we partnered with Billie Jean King? Because she champions equality. Why are we partnering with iHeart? Because we want to advance women in sports.
Women's sports just got louder thanks to Elf and iHeartMedia. As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia can get more people to hear your message than anyone else. We can also get a better response rate for all your marketing. For better results for every budget, visit iHeartAdvertising.com.
You've got an app for music, an app for photos, maybe even one that helps you sleep. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets. Get the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
There's stuff they don't want you to know. On the podcast, Stuff They Don't Want You to Know, we break down the news, make connections, and reveal the stuff they don't want you to know.
A secret deal between members of Mexican cartels.
Residents are reporting sightings of exploding birds.
There is a video of this sphere zigzagging through the sky.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and listen now.
Why should you listen to Armstrong and Getty on demand?
We're not boring. A lot of news is boring.
And tedious.
And depressing.
And makes you angry. You don't want to live your life like that.
Hey, I'm Jack Armstrong. He's Joe Getty.
We're Armstrong and Getty.
We try to bring you the truth.
And help you figure out this crazy modern world.
Honestly, yeah. Yes. Who did doubt that? That's a good question.
Listen to Armstrong and Getty on demand.
On America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Follow Armstrong and Getty on demand.
And start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
It's hard not to add a side of hot, crispy hash browns to your favorite McDonald's breakfast. It's even harder not to eat said hash browns before you get home. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Today, expect partly sunny skies with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm reaching a high of 76. Tonight will be clear with a low of 54. Tomorrow, anticipate clouds to limit the sun with a high of 78. On Sunday, it will be mostly cloudy and breezy with a thunderstorm possible in the afternoon, reaching a high of 79. Monday will be partly sunny and warmer with a chance of a thunderstorm in the area during the afternoon with a high of 88. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
8:39:65 at Bismarck. More Clay and Guns in the 701 next.
K-Fire.
What is the Armstrong and Getty Show?
Well, I'll tell you what it's not. The old style of talk radio where you're always screaming our side's always right and your side's always wrong or taking a bunch of long, dull calls. Now we take a fast-paced look at the events of the day, the issues, the controversies with a skeptical eye and a somewhat humorous tongue.
We try to be funny. We'll leave that up to you to determine whether or not you think it's funny. It's the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Sunday night at 7 on K-Fire 550, 99.7 and iHeartRadio.
You've got an app for music, an app for photos, maybe even one that helps you sleep. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets. Get the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Elevate your stay with the Hilton Honors American Express cards. With benefits like complimentary elite status, statement credits, and bonus points. Find the card that's right for you at HiltonHonorsAmex.com. Hilton, for the stay. Terms apply.
This summer, great pizza doesn't have to cost a fortune. Papa Murphy's Summer Selects are just $8.99 all summer long. That's right, $8.99 for scratch-made, piping hot, fresh from your oven pizza. Pick from select favorites like our savory pepperoni, hearty meat, garden fresh veggie, or classic cheese, all on our thin or original crust. We make it fresh, you bake it hot. As if summer couldn't get any better. Papa Murphy's, the way pizza should be.
If your brain is at full capacity with to-dos, birthdays, and dinner plans, meet Skylight Calendar. It syncs your entire family schedule onto a sleek digital display, so you focus on important things like where you left your coffee. Right now, Skylight is offering our listeners $30 off their 15-inch calendars by going to skylightcal.com/talk. Go to skylightcal.com/talk for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. That's skylightcal.com/talk.
8:42, Guns in the 701 here on K-Fire 550. Todd Mitchell, Clay Peterson is here too. 2 states repeal long-time Sunday hunting. Why couldn't you hunt on Sundays? I mean, don't hunt during church. 10:30 having a shot go off during the sermon is a little distracting.
Depends on how rural you are. Maybe you brought your deer rifle to church. You never know.
Well, in inner cities, you hear a gunshot during the sermon, you think, uh-oh, somebody's, we got some problem someplace.
Everybody hits the floor then.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Pennsylvania and Connecticut have all not exactly conservative states, but basically this has been a long time thing. It isn't just them 2 states. This has been a battle across the country. And I'm glad they got it. It was a joint repeal. It was 15 years of legislative engagement, as they call it. They're, lobbying. Been down that road myself with constitutional carry as well as concealed carry in both North and South Dakota. So it is a long process because, They can make a change quickly and restrict you. But getting it overturned, that takes a decade or better. That's just the way that runs. And of all people, Governor Josh Shapiro, he signed the bill repealing Sunday hunting, which is great. Now, I don't know. From what I understand, this went back like in the colonial times, and it was based on religious freedoms, I guess, or religious reasons. They didn't think, nobody worked. That was the day, right? You took that day off. You didn't work. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. It was your day for the Lord, and that's what the whole idea was about that. So they actually restricted hunting or banned it altogether in several states, kind of like. We had the blue laws, I think is what they called them here.
Yep.
When no businesses are open.
I remember that.
And that took several decades to get that, changed. Well, same thing with this. But now they're going to be able to do this. Some of the people that were arguing for repeal, most people work or go to school Monday through Friday, and they have activities on Saturdays. So Sundays are the only day they have free to hunt. Well, I don't think that really stands much anymore, because I used to take a whole week off the opening weekend and then take the following week off and go hunting. And I think a lot of people do that if they've got vacation time. So I don't know if that really holds water, but hey, if it works, it works. And I do like Delta Waterfall. They got on board with this, and they've done some good stuff in North Dakota too. They're one of the few groups that I appreciate, honestly. And they got this baby pushed through in Pennsylvania. Then you go over to Connecticut. They did the same thing. They got that going. And now you're going to be able to actually go and hunt on Sundays in them two states. And there's also it sounds like about 30 million acres are going to be opened up as well in both them states for hunting too. And the Congressional Sportsman Foundation helped with that. So it's a win-win. It's great. You can still go to church on Sunday, and some churches are now on Saturday evenings. So I mean, I do my best to get there, and because I fail every single day when it comes to that, so I gotta go. But anyway, go out there, still practice what you're going to church for, but then afterwards, call it a great Sunday and go hunting in the afternoon. I think that's a good idea.
Well, leave that rifle in the car, though. Don't bring it in.
I think put gun rack right there in our entryway. And then you have, it's right there. There you go, guys. Just set your rifle there. They don't want them to get stolen.
That's a good Dakota church right there. You got the gun rack right at the door, and you just
perfect, right?
But the problem, you can't. In the old days, you could do that, but now, if you put that by the door, hang on a second. I got somebody buzzing our front door, and I got to do the icon thing and let them in.
Yep. And now we have dead air.
This talk, it's somebody I need to talk to here in a few minutes. I know. Why am I the front door guy?
Yeah.
Cuts
are bad there.
It's only during a radio show.
Yeah, it's live radio.
It's all right.
Time for that.
Don't worry about it. No, I was just thinking the gun rack by the door won't work anymore, because when somebody busts in, then they've got all of them at, so you've got to have it in the pew with you.
Perfect. And of course, in our church, if we did that, I'm always carrying anyway. So if they did do that, they're still going to have an issue if they try to walk in with the rifles they took at the front door. So.
Hey, my brother-in-law was a pastor. He just retired, Lutheran pastor. And when he he was an old Army guy, albeit a chaplain. So, they didn't let him have a gun, even though he could shoot it better than half the people, but whatever. He sometimes carried, sometimes didn't.
And that depends on what.
And he wouldn't tell you if he was, or. Hey, did you have one on you yesterday? No. Not going to tell you. Don't.
Maybe.
Might have. Could be. So, because, and how sad is that? It used to be that, you could go to church and not have to deal with any of that BS.
Generally, yeah. They're not sacred anymore as far as from violence or things like that. And And I can tell you, in South Dakota, you can do that. They left it up to each individual church to make that determination whether they're going to let people, carry firearms within the building. And that's probably where that decision needs to be made. I never have agreed with laws that keep you from carrying in churches. Who is the state, any state, to tell you that you can't? I mean, that is entirely, it's just like a business. It's entirely up to the private ownership, and that's where that should be. But, in South Dakota we can, our church we can. Most time I just carry my small little concealed one. But I don't carry openly generally, not that I couldn't.
Did Cain and Abel have rocks when they went to church?
They just might have. Never know what they see on the way. I mean, it was a long truck maybe.
I mean, it's just, the guns we've invented are just the weapon of the day. Every time period had its weapon. And I bet back in the day when weapons were more primitive, they still had those accessible during their worship time.
Well, there was even a time, especially when people were moving out here and settling and starting communities, that the schools, which were also the community building, I mean, at that period in time, they built basically a big, community building. It was the city hall. It might have been the church, the school. It had a multi-function purpose. And a lot of times, even school children who were generally walking or riding horse the horse and buggy days, they were literally taking their rifles with for a lot of different reasons, whether it be for hunting on the way home, protection, whatever it might be. And they did literally have a place for them to set them inside the school during the day. I mean, It isn't that the firearms are the problem. It's probably society and how things have changed. Like you said, churches now, schools now, they're not untouchable anymore by evil, violent people. And whether it's a firearm or another weapon, they're still committing those problems. And that's why I advocate for both schools. I don't believe in gun-free zones, schools, churches, whatever it might be, that you should be able to carry, because you never know what you're going to have to defend yourself.
Doesn't seem like there's a quicker path to hell than shooting somebody in a church.
Yeah.
Isn't that just automatic ticket? You don't even go to the gates in St. Peter and looks in a book to find out what your sins were. Nope. Straight. Like in Monopoly, head straight to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200. This is straight to hell, do not pass the pearly gates, just,
Yeah, how worthless someone is or their mental state that we're going to go into a facility like a church or a school or hospitals, anything. Think of where there's people that are, in need, right? And you're going to go in there and find defenseless people and do horrible, evil acts. Yeah, that it's just...
it's just special place in hell. 851 at K-Fire. Guns of the 701. It's Clay Peterson. Suppressor sales already booming into the big, beautiful / ugly, depending on your point of view, Bill.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see. I wasn't sure how this would go. I figured a lot of people would actually say, I'm going to wait till January 1st, which was kind of my attitude. I wanted to get a couple more suppressors, but why pay the $200 per suppressor? Well, some people aren't waiting. They're getting in there. I mean, you still got to go through the 4473. It's not a delisted item. They eliminated the tax, but we've talked about where that's going to go, and I like what I'm seeing there. But essentially, a lot of the bigger companies are doing something where we're gonna pay that $200 for you, because up till January 1st, it still has to be paid. That still has to be collected. So it's actually made people go ahead and say, oh, well, I don't have to pay it. Other people's money, right? I don't have to pay it. I'll go ahead and make that purchase. And that's what they're seeing. And some of your smaller suppressor companies, they have actually said, you know what? We're going to take pre-orders. Go ahead and pre-order your suppressor. They'll hold on to it till that January 1st. And I get why they're doing this. Because can you imagine the influx after January 1st? And I'm sure that the suppressor manufacturers themselves are like, wait a second, we won't be able to keep up. And it's going to be a huge incline for about 2 to 3 months, most likely. And in fall, when you get that $200 tax stamp eliminated. So to me, it was brilliant. I can't think of a better ad campaign. It's like, hey, government says they're not going to do it anymore. Why don't you get ahead of the game and say the heck with them and pre-order? You could have a whole pro-American freedom live, whatever you want to call it, campaign to get your suppressor. And I think it's a great way. They're going to skyrocket. I was reading those numbers. Think about this. 413,000 suppressors were entered into the National Firearms Registration and Transfer Record. That's a 265% surge in annual suppressor registrations. You think about
I think everybody should own them. I think every gun should have them.
Well, you go to a European nation, you go to Africa, Europe, wherever. We're the only place that has this kind of regulation that's so it completely is overregulated.
I don't appreciate noise pollution. Keep it quiet.
Even in the UK. Now, think about it. The UK is not a pro-gun place.
Really?
Yeah, they got a little problem there. But
yeah, they got mad at us when we beat them and took over this continent, but whatever.
Exactly. But they consider it rude if you don't have a suppressor because of the noise.
Well, see, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I love this idea that's being cut, and they're.
Do we need the big boom, or can we just keep it quiet?
Yeah, I love.
Look, if you're going to shoot each other, that's fine. Yeah. Just I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. And it's not like the movies, everybody.
When I put it that way, it sounds wrong, doesn't it?
It's not silence. It's suppressed. Keep that in mind. It's not like the movies.
No, I want silencer.
22.
I want it to go pew, pew, pew as I shoot.
Pew. Yeah, and then you commit a crime and no one can catch you.
What do you mean real life isn't like movies? Don't tell me that.
Crazy,
don't ruin it for me.
Great. Now that Superman movie came out, people they're going to say, wait a second. It is like real life. We're going to go jump off a building and fly, right?
Well, there's always somebody. I know, right? Well, geez, I saw this guy do it. All right, a happy ending chronicle. What do you got?
Well, this one's quick. It comes from Red Bee, Minnesota. It's up by Red Lake, if you know where that's at. Had a person that tried to basically enter into a home, and they wanted to assault the people after they looked into this a little farther. They did a 911 call, but the homeowner had taken her own action and took care of it, wounded him. Well, he more than wounded him. They made him assume room temperature as should be because the guy was not a good guy. And the EMS did try to revive him. Get this, again, the individuals and the residents tried to revive this person. So they shot him, and then they tried to save him because no one wants to kill anybody just for no reason, I hope. And they couldn't do it. So he was deceased. You got another violent guy. Like I said, I did look up some background on it. This guy had a history, and it was probably a good thing that he's no longer here. So that is our happy ending chronicle of the week, and shows that self-defense still works, and it's the only means of defense. They did call 911. It wasn't fast enough. So,
like Miyagi said, karate for defense only.
And for defense only.
That's right. Guns of the 701, the video stuff, the new stuff, Wednesday night, right?
Wednesday night, it usually uploads right away, and go to gunsofthe701.com. You can find everything you need there. Get your gear, watch the videos, and, of course, watch Mitchell in the Morning on that segment. We have that posted there, too. Or hit iHeart.
Watch? You got a camera? I mean, I have a camera in here, but the light's not on. I thought it was off.
We still broadcast here, and it's still got the video feed. But it has K-Fire 550. Mitchell
I've got a face for radio. Don't go putting me on TV.
Well, now I'm going to have to go grab a picture and put up there. Okay.
Just grab a decent one, will you?
Yeah, I think I got a really good one of you.
Well, there aren't real good ones of me. There's just lessers of evil. That's all.
Happy.
All right, Clay, have a good weekend, my friend.
You too. Thanks, Todd. Have fun over there in New Salem.
I will. Yes, the countdown, down 3 to 5. I'll be live here on K-Fire 550. Happy 16th anniversary to Mike.